So here we are. Welcome to the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. I'm Andrew Weaver, the CEO of LawyerFair, and those of you who are regular listeners, or perhaps I should put that in the singular, the regular listener, will know that the last few podcasts we've been gallivanting around the world of business, and we even had a chat with someone from India the other day. But we are returning to the heartland of these daily podcasts, which is London and the legal service industry. And I'm very, very pleased to be joined today by Patrick Cahill, who is Qlegal Coordinator. Welcome, Patrick. Thanks for joining us.
That's very good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Not at all. Now, Qlegal is I hope I get this right, but it's a free legal advice and resource service for tech startups and entrepreneurs. So I'm really interested to find out more about where Qlegal has come from and what it does.
It was founded in 2013, which was actually only around 2 years ago, to provide students with the opportunity to counsel clients in the kind of startup sector. Students generally at the Legal Advice Centre here at Queen Mary have provided advice to individuals with social justice issues. And postgraduate students from the Centre for Commercial Law Studies are studying intellectual property, patent and trademark master's programs. So they're very specialist in the area, which are important for startups. So the university decided to invest some money into helping to establish the clinic to educate students, but also to provide a service to the local community where the university is based, which is in East London. And so the clinic was kind of born from that.
Well, that's really interesting. And what kind of throughput have you had, Patrick, since it started? How many companies have benefited from the services?
So the services are offered in a number of ways. We designed the services in 3 strands. So students would get the opportunity to use different skills in providing advice. So the first way that we provide advice is through actual advice sessions where the students interview clients, supervised by a pro bono lawyer, and then provide written advice to the clients 21 days after the interview process. And we've advised over the 2 years, we've advised approximately 125 clients on their individual legal needs. We also have another strand, which are called small print workshops, where we work with organizations such as Google Campus in Shoreditch and School for Startups, as well as other charity partners. And the students go into those organizations and provide workshops on more general areas of law which are important for their clients that they deal with on a daily basis. And we've advised approximately 300 clients over the workshop series that we've completed in the 2 years that we've been running. We also run toolkits, which are online resources. So if you pop onto our website, you'll see under the resource tab some of the toolkits that the students have drafted themselves, and it gives them an opportunity to research and look at the law from a more practical angle. We don't actually know how many people have downloaded the toolkits, but it offers clients a route to find out more information about a different legal issue or a legal issue that they're having even before they get one-to-one advice. So it kind of offers a triage system for us in terms of getting the right clients in at the right time.
It's fascinating, and it's a win-win clearly, because the students are getting great exposure to real commerce and real legal issues, aren't they? And the companies are getting this free resource.
Exactly. The students are getting experience in what it's like to be a lawyer working in this sector, and getting exposure to clients who are really pushing the boundaries with regards to the law, but also with technology.
Yes.
We also work with a number of law firms who provide support to us. So Cooley, for instance, Mills and Reeve. We work with technology partners, Intel and Unisys, and they provide lawyers to us to help the students to provide the advice. And it's great for them and their junior lawyers to get the opportunity to work with these types of companies early on in their careers too.
No, it's a fascinating process. And are you finding that some of the students are actually thinking, maybe there are other avenues to be a lawyer, maybe there's other rather more exciting ways than perhaps working my way up the partner structure of a city firm? Have you found there's been some interesting rebound reactions in terms of how they look at their careers?
Yeah, I mean, we find actually that our students are quite successful in getting into employment after they've completed their master's programs anyway.
Yes.
The students that I work with, we tend to, I tend to teach them kind of to look at the law from an entrepreneurial perspective, and a lot of them actually end up wanting to go into being either strategy or kind of legal strategy for some startups, or even working in disruptive technologies or disruptive legal technologies.
Yes.
After they graduate. So it is a competitive legal market out there. There aren't as many jobs as there used to be in the legal profession. So students are looking at different ways of pursuing their goals and pursuing employment. And one of those is through the development of technology in the startup community in London.
Well, I think it's great crossover. And of course, you're so close to the kind of hub of tech city, etc., that it is obviously very close exposure to that world. Of the many websites and pieces of advice you get as a startup founder, Patrick, as you're probably aware, but one of the ones I read with interest was get a lawyer on the board. So I suspect it's not a bad thing for a startup that kind of engages or wants to employ someone who has that background.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, lawyers, through training have, and students through training have a diverse range of skills which are of benefit to a startup or a company, particularly at the early stage. And also, the students are looking at things from a completely different perspective. They are advising the clients that they see from a legal perspective, but very often, and often more than not, they're looking at the commercial issues which are really affecting the startup company or the individual that wants to set up their company. So there's a real kind of mix between legal and commercial advice that the students are providing, and that really does make them think in a completely different way. It makes them really hone their commercial awareness and understanding of different sectors.
No, I can see the benefits from both sides. Now, if you're a startup, a tech startup or entrepreneur, what's the best way? Is it just go to the website, the Qlegal website, Patrick?
Yeah, so our website is www.qlegal.qmul.ac.uk, and there's a contact form there where you can get advice. We offer advice on English law only. We are part of a wider European network called iLink. And iLink is a network of other universities which provides similar advice to us here in the UK. So check out iLink as well for advice in different jurisdictions.
Well, that's fantastic. What we'll do, we transcribe these chats, so what we'll do is make sure that website address is up on the video as well, so that's easy to find. Listen, Patrick, thank you so much for giving us your time. I think it's a really interesting project you've got there, and I can see the win-win on both sides. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
No problem. My pleasure.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. All the best. That was the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. We'll be back with you again tomorrow. Thanks for listening.